Hi, welcome back everybody to a brand new part of my Wandavision series on my channel. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, I'm Zoe. I'm a variety streamer over on Twitch, twitch.tv/suddenlyzoe. If you don't follow me, go check me out. We are live probably right now. Actually, probably right now when this video goes up. But if I'm not live right now, I'll be live Sunday to Thursday, 4 PM EST, 9 PM GMT, and Monday to Friday, Australian Eastern... Wait, what? Ooh, Monday to Friday, 9 AM. At 8 AM, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Jeez Louise, I'm going on a roll already. We're not even a minute in. Look at me go. Anyway, so we're on episode 4, right? A lot's happened. Bit of a different episode this time though, because we're not in the sitcom anymore actually, and we have a bit of an explanation of what's going on. So, as you'll see, we are actually not building a house, we are building the S.W.O.R.D setup. The S.W.O.R.D base, I guess? S.W.O.R.D base camp, whatever you want to call it. Building that, which we see in episode 4. We will also be making Darcy and Jimmy and Monica, sorry, at the end of this as well. But yeah, like I said, this is the start, really, of explaining what's happening in the show, so we can get a bit of a grip of what's happening. We start to understand some of the theories, or at least see some of the theories as to what's happening. I do remember the episode started out with explaining that Monica, aka Geraldine, she was actually part of the blip that happened. aka she went missing for 5 years. She just didn't exist for 5 years. She came back. She was in the hospital because that's where her mum was. Her mum was in the hospital because her mum had cancer, I believe it was. Her mum didn't make it though, which was really upsetting. That was really hard to see. So that's where she comes from. Then she gets in contact with what's his name? Like Haywood, I think it is. And basically gets her back in touch with the people at S.W.O.R.D, which was S.W.O.R.D. Yeah, then that takes part, and then we get to go see Jimmy from Ant-Man, by the way, Ant-Man and the Wasp, if you remember him. He did like the cool card trick and stuff, which he actually knows how to do this time. Congrats, that's very exciting. But yeah, so they work together. Well, they meet at the border of what they call the Hex, which is what is happening with Westview, aka where Wanda is setting up all this stuff with everything that's going on is all inside of a hex, like a hexagon. They call it the Hex. We don't know why it's hexagon shape. We're trying to figure it out still, but that's the thing that's happening. Oh, also I forgot to mention, Monica is also from Captain Marvel, by the way. She was her mum was friends with Captain Marvel in the 90s. So yeah, if you watch Captain Marvel, you know who I'm talking about probably, because she does appear in it, but she's obviously a child, so that's the thing. But when we get to S.W.O.R.D, oh actually let me go back a little bit. So Jimmy and Monica are at the border for the Hex, and they see there's cops there, blah blah blah, whatever. The cops are just like, oh, there's nothing going on here, it's fine. No, it's not fine, actually. I'll have you know, it's not fine. Heck, this build went very quick. I'm getting better at speed builds, aren't I? We're 4 minutes in, let's go. Jeez Louise. Anyway, so they're at the border. The cops go away. They're like, there's nothing happening here. They go away. Acting real suspicious, but you know, that's cops for you. Anyway. Then they send through a little helicopter, which actually turns out to be, when it goes through the force field border thing, it turns into being the little red helicopter that we see in episode, I want to say it was episode 2 when we started to see the color. It was in the rose bushes. It was either episode 2 or episode 3. I don't remember which one. It must have been 2. Yeah, it must have been 2 because there wasn't episode in that. It wasn't color in that one. So that's the thing. It goes through the border, and they're like, well, where did it go? Why can't we see it anymore? So then Monica's like, well, why don't I go in? That's a reasonable thing, right? Let's go through, and you know, if I die kind of thing, because I don't think she realized that, you know, there's obviously something weird going on. What if you don't make it out, Monica? Huh? Hello? Brain, please. So she goes through, and then Jimmy's like, what? Okay. So then, yeah, Monica becomes Geraldine when she goes through, like, the little, like, phasing thing. I don't know what to call it, but that's the thing that happens. Jimmy goes back to S.W.O.R.D, and he meets, drum roll, he sees Darcy from, Thor. From the Thor movies? This is who I'm making right now. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I did the best with these characters. I did try, but it was kind of hard. But yeah, that was the thing that happened. So yeah, so Darcy's in this now. So we have someone from Ant-Man, we've got someone from Captain Marvel, and we've got someone from Thor now. That's pretty heckin' cool. So they start theorizing on what could be happening in the Hex. The reality is, they've got no clue at all. And I don't think they'll ever understand the complexity of it. And I don't think we will either, to be honest. Either? I will admit, I did just watch episode 7 last night, so I do know, like, a bit more of what's happened between now and then. But it's okay. But yeah, lots of theories going up. All going a little bit, I don't know. No solid backgrounds yet, but that's the thing. Also, I think this is the episode, I could be wrong. I really need to rewatch these before I write my notes. I'm so sorry. I believe this is also the episode where they start pinpointing, or maybe it's the next one. There's one of the episodes where they start pinpointing like who the people are in the show that they're watching. Oh, that might have been next one. I don't know. I don't remember. Memory is hazy. Anyway, there was a theory that I read online about why it's a hexagon actually. And the reason why people think it's a hexagon is because of Wanda, because they believe that it's like hex powers or something, or like witches are called hexes. I don't know, it's something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not like fully informed, but I think it's something to do with their character regardless. So there is like a reason for it, but yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, Geraldine goes in to the Hex. They end up seeing her on the show in episode 2 when she meets Wanda and Agnes and what was the other one? There was a blonde chick, I forgot her name too, but they meet at the pool club. They're like at a pool, and yeah, that's when they first initially meet. Geraldine does not remember who she is at all, but yeah, that's when she starts to, you know, appear again for them, so know that she's still alive at least. I mean, I guess they assume she's alive. They never really know, I guess. It could just be an illusion. No, I'm just kidding. No, they do know that she's alive. Through like the waves, like the radio waves or something. They did some kind of test. They know it's like legit happening. But that's the thing. Then, we end up seeing Darcy's watching the show. She's like writing down notes of what's happening. She's really enjoying the show, by the way. She gives it like 2 thumbs up. Which, like, me too, I get it. Oh, by the way, I'm making Jimmy here, by the way. That's what we're doing. But yeah, she gives it like 2 thumbs up. She's like, you know, this was happening, and oh wait, that's Monica. Hang on a minute. Okay, that's interesting. Then they decide to send through one of their workers, one of the S.W.O.R.D workers. They send them through in a hazmat suit, and they've got like I don't know what you'd call it, but like they've got like a tough belt kind of thing on them, so they can always like pull them back if they need to, just in case it's like too strong or whatnot. So they've got one of those. They put this on this guy, they send him through. They go through by the pipes underneath the town rather than sending them through directly. I don't know why they did that specifically, but that's the thing that happened. So he's like passing through. He's like crawling along, crawling, and it gets to like the barrier, and I'm like, okay, well, it's gonna happen at the barrier. But we'd already seen this guy actually in episode 2. Once again, the one where Monica becomes Geraldine, cause this guy is actually the bee man, the guy that comes out in the bee suit. There he is. But we sort of see the transition of it, which is kind of cool, so we can kind of like understand it a bit. To see it like, to see it kind of, what's the word? Equalize with the reality that's in there? I don't know. Sure, let's go with that. Sure. But that's the thing that happens. We didn't see if he actually came out of that alive. I don't think we did. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of concerning, isn't it? But here we're making Monica. I'm not gonna lie, I did forget to make her initially, because I completely forgot that she was in this episode, and then I was writing my notes and I was like, wait a minute, no, she's in this. So I made her again. Well, made her initially. I did try my best. I will mention this. I've mentioned this in my previous videos. My monitors that I use for my game and like streaming and stuff, they are not color accurate. So what I see on my game monitor is completely different to what I see on like my streaming setup monitor. So if, you know, if the colors aren't 100% accurate, that's why. It's not me trying to like whitewash anyone or try to change their ethnicity. I'm trying my best with what I can see. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're making Monica here. I did struggle with what to put her in. I was initially going to put her in the outfit that she has when she first goes to S.W.O.R.D, like the suit, not the suit, the jacket and stuff, but I couldn't do that. It didn't work. And I was going to put her in this like camping gear stuff, and I was like, no, that's not really accurate. And then I was like, well, hang on, why don't I just put her in the 70s outfit, because that's a really cute outfit anyway. So I ended up putting her in that, and I think it turned out pretty cute. I did my best. I will say this every single episode, but keep in mind, this is all without any CC, no custom content at all. This is everything that's in the game, so obviously it's not 100% accurate. It's just my interpretation of things. But yeah, let's have a look. We've also got, they did also show Monica getting yeeted at the end, that we saw at the end of episode 3 when she mentioned to Wanda, when she was helping Wanda give birth, she mentioned her brother Pietro and Ultron and how he died. And then we just saw her get, well, we saw Wanda getting obviously annoyed and upset by it, but I don't think we saw the aftermath of it in that one. I could be wrong, but I don't think we did. But we actually saw her get yeeted this time, which was kind of interesting, kind of cool. But yeah, that's about it that I think I've got for this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching this video. I will leave some screenshots at the end. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this. Leave some comments down below. And yeah, I will see you all in a couple days for episode 5. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.